Good morning, my friends. Happy 4th of July. On today's episode, we're going to talk about 3 American cannabis companies that I personally like. Now, I'm not a licensed stock advisor, so please take this video as education and entertainment only. Do your own due diligence. Check into these companies, and if you choose that you're going to invest in them also, make sure that you can afford this investment because, as we all know, some stocks go up and some stocks go down. So, without further ado, the number 1 American cannabis company that I love is Ianthus Capital. Now, Hadley Ford, the CEO of Ianthus Capital, has a strong financial background. He also has many connections where he's able to raise money, and I'm personally invested in Ianthus Capital, and the stock has been continuing to rise. I see this as a long-term hold. As I have found out, Ianthus Capital is growing cannabis and selling cannabis in quite a few states on the East Coast. And they're also working in towards Ohio. And they'll also be working in towards Nevada. They'll also be sliding into California. So these guys will have a nationwide footprint. And that's why I like Ianthus Capital. The second cannabis company in America that I really like is MPX Bioceuticals. I'm personally invested in them, and I think they're a great company. Now, Scott Boyd, the CEO of MPX Bioceuticals, is a very smart businessman. He has found ways to grow large amounts of cannabis in Arizona, and throughout America, in Nevada, and other states, where he takes the cannabis, extracts it, turns it into oil, makes that oil available to us customers, and has quite a large profit margin in the oil. So I'm very happy to say that I am personally an investor in MPX Bioceuticals. The third American cannabis company that I very much like is Acreage Holdings. Now, they have not gone public yet, and they will make their public offering sometime in the fall. We could expect that around September. I will be watching them very closely, as I believe that they have a large footprint in America. They will be in every state when it becomes legal, and they will be doing very big things as well. I am not invested in that company at this time, okay? But Acreage Holdings will be a company that I would invest in if the opportunity becomes available. Now, there are other companies in America that are good, and I'm not saying that you should not invest in other companies as well. But as this 4th of July episode continues, I will tell you why I like Ianthus Capital, MPX Bioceutical, and Acreage Holdings. Now, the reason I like them is they have first mover advantage. They are growing cannabis in America. They have found ways to federally do this without getting in trouble. Okay, and so I believe in what they're doing. They have found ways to do this, even though it's not federally legal. Okay, now, when you consider the amount of cannabis that they will be growing, and when you consider the fact that they're able to sell it through their own dispensaries to the public and also through medical avenues as well, their profit margins will be very big. And I think that will be very good for us investors. Now, as most of you know, I am very heavily invested in Canadian cannabis companies. But we're not talking about that today because it's the 4th of July. We're going to be talking about USA, American cannabis companies. Da-da-da-da. So, without further ado, I will tell you that I wish you a safe, happy, airy, and blessed 4th of July. I'm about ready to head down to the beach and go watch some fireworks. So, may the good Lord be blessing you, and may He continue to guide you, and may He continue to bless you. Happy 4th of July, and thanks for tuning in. God bless.